It's been 8 long years since the last Mega Man game, and in those 8 years, Maverick Hunter, Mega Man Universe, Mega Man Legends 3, and Rockman Online were all cancelled. Also, there was such an evident hole left by the Blue Bomber's absence that this happened. Yeah.
Wait, what?
But in the end, it seems that all the struggles and wait were worth it because Mega Man 11 is a fantastic addition to the Mega Man series. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Like many companies have done in recent years, this could have easily been a mediocre game where they used their "your nostalgic hopes and dreams" card, promise great things, and not actually come through. Sonic Forces! But with this game, that's definitely not the case. A lot of attention and care clearly went into it, even for the smallest of details. For starters, Rush has an assigned button for quick access, charge shots and sliding have returned, you can switch between special weapons with ease using either the trigger buttons or the right analog stick, and the new double gear system is a cool addition to the game. Well, after quite some time of playing the game and getting into the habit of remembering that, oh yeah, it exists. But eventually you do, and it's pretty cool. But before we get into that feature a bit more, let's talk about the story. Well, it's an old school platformer series, so it's definitely not the shining feature of the game, but not so long story short, Dr. Wily has a flashback dream about a project from his youth, the double gear system, and remembered that he was forced to pull the plug on it because while it allowed robots to perform past their limits, it also put them in danger. So he awoke from this dream and decided to produce a new one with the plans of stealing a bunch of Dr. Light's master robots, installing the double gear system on them, and of course, take over the world. But thankfully, back when Dr. Wily's prototype was rejected, he smashed his Nintendo Switch on the ground, and Dr. Light just so happened to conveniently remember exactly where he stashed it for all these years, and installed that prototype on Mega Man. Overall, I find that the gameplay feels like a healthy mix of the original Mega Man series and Mega Man X, which honestly just works. It just works. You can't wall jump or do the cool things that X is capable of, but it doesn't have the heavy NES Mega Man feeling either. It finds just the right balance and speed for a modern yet classic Mega Man platformer. And for the return of a retro series so many years later, it truly doesn't feel like a rushed game desperately trying to recapture its youth, resulting in clunky gameplay filled with weird glitches or bugs causing you to lose countless lives for something that isn't even your fault, Sonic Forces. It's a well-made game, and it all just feels right. If you die with these tight controls, it's 100% your fault. So in true Mega Man fashion, prepare to take the L, learn the lesson, and try again. And get good. Speaking of which, if you're one of those people who always found that the average Mega Man game is just too challenging for you, well, fear not, because there are 4 modes to choose from. They're super hard, normal, casual, and newcomer, if you're a scrub. So whether it's your first video game ever, or you've played every Mega Man game ever, everyone can find a balance that's right for them. Also, as a fellow longtime fan of the Blue Bomber, I know that originally there was only normal and difficult, or no option at all, so why is there Super Mega Baby mode in this game? I can hear it already. People are so spoiled these days. It goes against everything Mega Man games are supposed to be. Well, you know what? We gotta accept the time that we live in, and that games are easier in general these days, but at least Capcom gave us 4 options, including super hard. Are you a newcomer? No, so just don't pick that mode, keep calm, and keep jumping and shooting to the right. Wow, okay. The following sentence is really redundant. Please brace yourself. The double gear system has 2 gears, meaning it has 2 different modes, okay? The speed gear increases your speed, so it can help you rack up a lot more hits on an enemy in a short period of time, or it can help you out with more challenging platforming, which to be completely honest, I never found myself doing. I really enjoy the level of challenge that the game has to offer, so I never wanted to hit the easy button and basically skip over what's fun about the game for me personally. Meanwhile, the power gear makes it so that when you use a charge shot, it actually shoots 2, allowing you a more powerful punch. Lastly, you can switch between the gears, but you can't activate both at the same time unless you're at critical health, which can drastically turn the tables in a matter of seconds. Again, personally, I'm not a huge fan of using either gears, but I can definitely see and respect how it's a fun and interesting addition to the game. If you've only got the Mega Buster and you're getting your butt absolutely kicked by the bosses over and over again, or you're challenging yourself to a Buster-only run, it can definitely come in handy. Something that Mega Man games have always been good at doing and continue to do very well in this entry is great level design. Nowadays, tutorial stages or obnoxious characters over-explaining every little thing is apparently the go-to way to teach players the do's and don'ts of their game, but Mega Man 11 doesn't cave into these too easy standards. They always present new enemies in a fair way and in a safe environment to allow you to figure out what's up all by your smart self. And later on, when you do get it, they throw a whole bunch of it at you, and it's awesome. Oh, actually, they do tutorial mode you a few times in the game, but the reason for choosing that way to present it to you actually makes sense. It happens when you first start the game so you can test out the new double gear system, and each time you obtain a new special weapon. And this is fine because they only last for a limited amount of time or slowly run out with each use. Now, the level design of this game is overall just yes. For example, Fuseman Stage has a much more simple go-with-the-flow design, so if you play smart and patiently, you're rewarded with an extremely satisfying gameplay experience. Meanwhile, Blastman's amusement park themed stage is a high-energy good time featuring extra aggressive enemies, a super surprising and fun sub-boss, and a lot of explosions! As for the game's bosses, you've got Blockman, Acidman, Blastman, Fuseman, a rejected ARMS character, Bounceman, Torchman, Impactman, and Tundraman. Elsa? And each of these robot masters also provide a unique and challenging experience. At the end of the day, Mega Man 11 isn't just a great Mega Man game, but it genuinely deserves the title of Mega Man 11. It honors its NES roots while also being a well-designed classic Mega Man platformer in 2018, offering just the right balance of fun and challenge that should satisfy newcomers as well as longtime fans of the series. Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.